This is Omar from the Third Red. How we doing? We doing fine. Another beautiful day. Happy Saturday. A lot of shit is going on. Oh, I said the word shit. Now I'm gonna get a problem with YouTube. I found out you can't curse in the beginning, so I'm feeling great. We got a great show for everybody. We're gonna talk about a lot of. I cobbled some stuff together. We're gonna talk about the new massacre in Gaza. Almost 220 people are dead and 650 injured to rescue 4 Israelis. Unbelievable shit is going on, as they have no value. There's no value in the human life. I mean, the United States helped. It was the United States military that did all the work. And we're going to talk about our sister, Briahna Joy Gray. She was fired because she was a pro-Palestinian journalist, not just pro-Palestinian, who's just saying the truth. And when you say the truth these days, you are considered anti-Jewish or anti-Zionist or anti-Israel, and you lose your job automatically, which is a shame. And we're going to talk about the great hope basketball player, Cailin Clark. She is an amazing player, but the problem we're having is that the reason I call her White Hope, I'm going to tell you why, because a lot of people are looking at her through color, black, white. The girl is great. She's a great basketball player. She just started. She has a beautiful future ahead of her. Everybody relax. Hold your fucking shit together. And we're going to watch a video about that. We're going to try, see how we're going to do today. I don't have a lot of material. But I hope you support this channel, brothers. Put like. Assalamu alaikum, brothers. Come on, man. I'm your brother, man. Come on. You guys help the guy out, all right? Help me out. Yeah. I'm loving you so much, baby. I'm a singer. I'm not a great singer. So we're going to start. Where are we going to start? This morning we wake up to this shit. Dum, diddy, dum, dum, diddy, dum, dum. Boom.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lana Zach. Thank you for joining us here on CBS News. We have breaking news out of the Middle East. Israel says it has rescued 4 hostages during a raid on a camp in central Gaza. Take a look at this. This is video of a helicopter believed to be transporting one of the hostages to a hospital in Israel this morning. Gaza's health ministry says more than 200 Palestinians were killed during the operation. CBS News foreign correspondent Chris Livesay has the latest from Tel Aviv. Chris.
Good morning. Just moments ago, Israel announced that 4 Israeli hostages were rescued this morning from captivity in Gaza. They include 3 men, Almog Mayer, 21 years old, Andrei Kozlov, 27, and Shlomi Ziv, 40, and 1 woman, 25-year-old Noah Argamani, who is already reunited with her father. They were all abducted from the Nova Music Festival on October 7th. And we all remember that footage of Noah Argamani being kidnapped by terrorists and taken away on the back of a motorcycle as she cried out in desperation. And you may recall her mother making a deeply touching appeal to her captors to release her because the mother herself is dying of cancer. Almog Mayer is one of the hostages who has appeared in a Hamas propaganda video. Israel says their medical condition is normal. The abductees were rescued by Shin Bet and IDF fighters from 2 different locations during the operation in the heart of Nuseirat, where heavy fighting has been reported by our CBS.
It was the United States Special Forces. The Israeli motherfuckers can't even shoot straight. Yesterday, one of their tanks ran over one of their soldiers' carriers and killed a lot of. They can't even shoot straight. It was American troops that came from the port. The port they made, the water port that was supposed to bring in food. Actually, it was done for military purposes. United States Special Forces and commandos came in. But the problem I have, let him finish, and I'm going to tell you what it is.
In Gaza. Lana?
Chris Livesay in Tel Aviv. Thanks, Chris. Israel released this video of Argamani speaking with the country's president today. We're also learning that Israeli soldiers.
She looks healthy, right? They're not being beat up or anything like that.
Were dressed as civilians during the rescue operation, but they were discovered, leading to a massive firefight. Israel says 1 commando involved in the operation has died. The White House commented on the rescue a few moments ago. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan commended the Israeli military for the daring operation.
Daring operation.
Said that the U.S. supports all efforts to secure the release of all hostages still held by Hamas, including American citizens.
So there was no need for this fucking rescue. They're already in negotiation. The only thing the negotiation is, Hamas is saying, We want you to stop killing people in Gaza, and you can have your people. That's the whole purpose of it. So today, 4 people were rescued, right? More than 210 Palestinians were killed. There's a lot of videos. You can't put them on YouTube. That's how bad they are of cut bodies, slaughtered. I mean, they just killed everybody in front of them. I mean, these motherfuckers they don't see the Palestinian as human. I don't think the United States sees the Palestinian. I don't think Joe Biden sees the Palestinian as human being. If 4 hostages were rescued, there was nothing wrong with them. They don't look like they were getting beat up or starved or anything like that. That means for every hostage that was rescued, almost 55 Palestinians were killed. Fuck you. Yeah, fuck you and these numbers, motherfuckers. You are actually creating a situation that doesn't need to be created. There's a negotiation going on. These hostages are not in harm's way. A matter of fact, the most dangerous people have been told these hostages is the Israeli army with their bombing. They have killed 42 of their own people by bombing inside Gaza. So the most dangerous entity to the hostages was the Israeli Air Force. So for you, the United States, to build this port that was supposed to bring in food, I mean, it was suspect. Why would you build a port and you have all these natural crossings and trucks that come in 3 seconds? The whole idea was the United States forces were located on this port, and they swept in and they did the job. But I'm going to tell you, I could tell you 100%, probably the American forces did not do the killing. The Israeli forces did all that killing. They killed everybody. More than 650 men, women, and children were injured in this camp. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, is the hostages inside this area? Well, that means they were safe. You saw how the hostages look. The whole objective of October 7 was, a lot of people don't understand this. The whole objective of October 7 was to take Israeli hostages so they could trade them for Palestinian hostages. Since the war started, they have 7,000 Palestinians that have been kidnapped. Some of them, they've been held in such fucking painful position, they had to cut their legs off because there was no circulation to their arms or to their legs. There is no humanity, man. What's up, my brother? Oh, what up? Late night Rambo is here. Welcome, my brother in arms. How are you? How you feeling, man? We're talking about a lot of shit today. Excuse my language. We're just talking about what happened this morning when the Israeli commandos killed more than 210 Palestinians to get 4 hostages who are not in danger, who are being negotiated to go home. The only thing that the Palestinian resistance want is they want the Israeli army to withdraw from Gaza and they could take their people. Like I said a couple of minutes ago, guys, the most dangerous entity to the Israeli hostages was the Israeli military. They killed already 42 hostages when they carpet bombed Gaza. So what that means is they have no intention of stopping the war. The whole objective is to get the hostages and continue the ethnic cleansing and mass murder of Palestinian men, women, and children. And that is unforgivable and unbelievable that we, the United States of America, have become involved in such action. All this negotiation has been all bullshit. I mean, it's been a lie, all this back and forth. They've been negotiating for 8 months. You know? So it is what it is. We saw what it is. I mean, for every 1 hostage, almost 55 Palestinians. So you do the math here. That means when people come here and tell me, oh, October 7, fuck you, and fuck October 7 from now on. I did condemn the murder of the civilian part of it, but you motherfuckers have killed almost 50,000 people. Either you're worth in gold, either you're aliens and we're a peasant, whatever it is. The Palestinians have no value. Motherfucker, you've been killing people for 8 months. Neighborhoods, cemeteries, universities, schools, 26 hospitals, teachers, journalists. These are demons. These are an evil entity that has to be eradicated. And what I mean by eradicated, I mean the Zionist part of it. The only future is a one-state solution for Palestinians and Jews to live in a constitutional republic. That's the only way it's going to happen. Israel could do whatever you want to do. They already killed almost, 2% of the population in Gaza. You could kill all you want to. Have you ever heard that song by Mick Jagger? Time is on my side. Oh, yes, it is. Time is on my side. Time is on the side of the Palestinian. You motherfuckers not going to outlive them. You're not going to outbirth them, because you will always be a minority no matter what. It is a God-given thing. You cannot, for 76 years to 100 years, you could not eradicate the native population of Palestine. You thought you're going to go into an area that is like the native Indians who are running around and chasing buffalo half naked. You went to a region where you had a metropolitan, a civil society with universities and education. Anyway, Joe Biden is a fucking piece of shit. Joe Biden is Netanyahu's bitch. I mean, you saw what we saw. You saw Representative Massey from Kentucky who said that every U.S. congressman has a fucking pimp from AIPAC. They have a pimp. You want to see it? You think I'm lying? Look, I'm telling you, man. Rambo, look at this, man. Watch this video, man, and tell me this is not fucking crazy, man. Is this it? Let me see. Time is on my side. Let me see if I got it. Did I get it?
The president said his red line was Rafah. That red line was crossed.
Oh, that's not it. Yeah, I can't find it. You know how dumb I am. Oh, here you go. Okay, this is Tucker. Yo, man, my memory. This is Tucker with Representative Massey.
Views on this?
Hold on.
Why have Republicans who...
Hold on. This is to give you the idea that the United States government is not an independent entity. I mean, Congress is the prostitutes of AIPAC. I'm saying that, man. And I really mean it. I mean, the United States government has no power over Israel or the Zionist entity. Let's see. This is Representative Massey from Kentucky. Listen what he has to say. This is crazy shit, man.
They're not registered.
Is there any other Republican who has your views on this?
Why have Republicans who come to me on the floor and say, I wish I could vote with you today. Yours is the right vote, but I would just take too much flack back home. And I have Republicans who come to me and say, that's wrong what AIPAC is doing to you. Let me talk to my AIPAC person. By the way, everybody but me.
My AIPAC person, also known as my pimp.
Has an AIPAC person.
What does that mean, an AIPAC person?
It's like your babysitter, your AIPAC babysitter, who is always talking to you for AIPAC. They're probably a constituent in your district, but they are, firmly embedded in AIPAC. And
every member has something like this?
I don't know how it works on the Democrat side, but that's how it works on the Republican side. And when they come to DC, you go have lunch with them. And they've got your cell number and you have conversations with them. So I've had
that's absolutely crazy.
I've had 4 members of Congress say,
every single congressman and woman has an AIPAC guy or girl. Ladies and gentlemen, the United States government is the real country that is under Zionist occupation, not only Palestine. Congress is under occupation. Pat Buchanan, you guys don't know him, you're young, who's a right-wing, at that time considered right-wing extreme. He said we have to first liberate the occupation. The Congress is the other occupation territory of Israel. If you are representing people in the United States, you were sent to help Americans and solve their problems with jobs and issues and climate change and make good laws. Why does everyone has a fucking AIPAC guy? This is unbelievable stuff, man. This cannot be real. This is mind-boggling, man. It's unbelievable, man. I can't imagine if every congressman had a Palestinian guy. Imagine, huh?
I'll talk to my APAC person. And it's literally what we call them, my APAC guy. I'll talk to my APAC guy and see if I can get him to, dial those ads back.
Why have I never heard this before?
It doesn't benefit anybody. Why would they want to tell their constituents that they've basically got a buddy system with somebody who's representing a foreign country? It doesn't benefit the congressman for people to know that, so they're not going to tell you that.
Have you seen any other country do anything like this? Like
No.
Russia obviously determines the outcome of our elections. We keep hearing that. Does anyone have a Putin guy that they talk to?
Not only do they not have a Putin guy, look, they don't have a Britain guy. They don't have an Australian guy. They don't have a Germany dude. Like, it's the only country that does this, that has somebody that, like, uniformly, I guarantee there's some spreadsheet at APAC where the APAC dude who's matched up with the congressman is there, and then all the congressman's votes on the issue. Oh, has the congressman been to Israel? Yes. They pay for trips for congressmen and their spouses to go to Israel.
That's corruption 101. It's corruption 101. That if you're an organization that's lobbying, are given free trips to Israel, free hotel, free food, free air, that's a bribe. This is bribery 101.
I'm not the only Republican who hasn't taken the APAC trip to Israel, but I'm probably one of a dozen that hasn't taken that trip, and the other ones just haven't got around to it.
What's the trip like? Do you know?
It's kind of like, I think, vacation-y. You go see the wall.
Full disclosure, Tucker Carlson has been on a trip to Israel before, so we got to ask him, did he pay for it?
You go see the sites, things like that.
It's such a great, I must say, it's such a great country. Jerusalem, especially, is just such a wonderful place that's got to have a big effect.
You go like swim in the Dead Sea.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
Not on an APAC trip, but
right.
I would recommend it to anyone.
Are you sure it wasn't an APAC trip?
I paid for it myself. No, I mean, it's just funny. I mean, I am a legit lover of Israel, of the place Israel. Right. I like the people, and I love the food, and like the whole thing is so great.
Look,
but that's distinct from the government of Israel, which is just a foreign government.
My sense is the people are very entrepreneurial.
Totally.
They're publicly minded. They care about their country. That they're generally good people, right?
That's certainly been my experience in trips there, for sure. It's great. It's just I think it's probably one of my favorite, maybe my all-time favorite place to go with my family. But that's just a completely different thing from taking orders from its government.
Yeah. Exactly, 100%. Tucker Carlson had it. I think AIPAC should be outlawed. I mean, if the United States wants to eradicate corruption in Washington, I mean, you could lobby, just register as a foreign lobby entity. You cannot be an internal, domestic lobbying group lobbying for Israel. Then you are a Jewish lobbying group, right? Because it's not Israeli. It's Jewish Americans, right? Lobbying for Israel. This is weird, man. If you look at the history of AIPAC, John F. Kennedy wanted it to be a foreign lobbying, to register as a foreign lobbying group, and he got assassinated before he can. So this is what you have there. We have the massacre this morning in Palestine, and all that stuff is going on. Now let's go to the next. The Great Hope. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Ladies and gentlemen, this is, let me see if I could make ourselves together here, because I don't want it to overshadow me. This is Cailin Clark. Now, Cailin Clark is a gifted women basketball player. A lot of people say she is the Stephen Curry of the women basketball league or the women in college. Now, she broke all the records in college. She did a lot of numbers. She didn't win the championship, but she is an incredibly gifted woman. The reason I said I called her the Great Hope is the Great White Hope is because in the 1980s and 90s, when boxing was dominated by Black Americans like Tyson, like everybody, every time you have a white heavyweight will come to the scene, they're like, "Oh, this is the Great White Hope. He's going to take the championship." And the whole idea is the reason is Cailin Clark just entered the WNBA as a rookie. So when you just moved from one level of basketball playing to a bigger, you're going to meet professionals, the women, full-grown women. She's just a young girl. She's small. She's rickety. She needs to put some weights on and things. But now everybody wants. They have turned it into a black and white. Oh, she's every time somebody bumps into her, a black girl, oh, they hate her because she's white. No, Cailin Clark is going to make money for the NBA, the WNBA. She's going to make money for those black girls who've been paid $75,000, $50,000 a year. There's a lot of attendance. Yesterday, 20,000 and change attended her game against the Washington. I watched it against the Washington Mystics. She scored 30 points and 7 3-pointers. I was watching the game. Let's watch PBDS by David.
You can stop it, Rob, right there. And then the whole Cailin Clark. Rob, can you pull up the foul on Cailin Clark and what's happened with the frenzy?
No, PBD is a podcast. I just cannot wrap my head around that. They have to do a whole segment on her being fouled.
Market reacting to this. So this video is Caitlin's about to get the inbound pass, and then she gets fouled. Go ahead and play this clip, Rob. Go for it.
Kennedy Carter now with 12 points off the bench.
And look at her teammates on the sides.
Big time content as the officials are going to take a look at what just transpired between Carter and Clark.
That's a dirty foul. That's not a basketball play.
In basketball, it's called a flagrant, right? A flagrant foul. She gets to shoot a point, or the player get ejected from the game. The reason what's going on right now, as a newcomer and as a rookie, she's overshadowing all the players, and she's got a $28 million deal with Nike. I mean, she's a millionaire already. So they're trying to, in a game, when you've been in that basketball court in your neighborhood. When I used to play basketball as a kid, you have, as you start, you got that one guy who will fucking like punish you a little bit or push against you. So to install fear, so you will not play 100%. What that girl was doing was foul. I mean, it was disgusting, but it has nothing to do with black and white. All I had to do was, don't think you're all bad, all right? So they want to set the tone. That's what it's called in sports. It's called to set the tone. But let's continue to watch. But I'm watching the mindset of these people, how they think. They think along the line of racism, white. This girl is going to be the biggest basketball player in the WNBA. Maybe she's going to save the league.
But it's a dirty foul, right?
That's clearly.
And so you see this. You can stop it, Rob, right there. And then the whole NBA reacts to it. And yesterday on First Take, there was this lady on First Take yesterday upset with the fact that Stephen A. Smith hasn't been talking about WNBA enough for the last few years. And she's calling him out. And it got pretty nasty. Rob, I'm going to text this to you. You have this? Go ahead and play this clip. Go for it.
We're talking about them maximizing their great potential. And because we bring that up and talk about what potentially might get in their way, which we do to men all the time, now we got to sit up here and watch every syllable. I resent that, and I'll leave it at that.
All right, so let me, I know we got to go to break. Welcome to the world of being a woman, Stephen A., and how you have to dance about your word choice and you have to please everybody and anybody as you navigate your being. We are talking about the world's greatest
How about being a black man?
Okay,
being black.
Hold on 1 second.
Have you...
So this is what I'm saying to y'all, though, and I know we got to go to break. And we didn't necessarily go there, and maybe we should. There are so many layers in this conversation around the way that it's being discussed. When you no. And yes, Shannon, I know y'all are going to say and Stephen A., I know you're going to, you just shared that you have talked about the WNBA on your program, too. You guys may not have said everybody, but the prevailing sentiment for folks that are just joining the WNBA and following women's sports is unfair to the women of this league, to your point, who have laid the groundwork for Cailin Clark to come in and now take it to the next level. That's all I'm saying in these conversations. Kennedy Carter's behavior is not indicative of the entire league. We are still talking about competition where you are allowed to get a little extra elbow in if you are competing and you do it within the parameters of the game. The game is physical. Cailin is helping to grow the league. These women understand that, but she cannot be babied as a rookie. That's all I'm at.
Yeah.
Could I say something?
Who talks about the WNBA? Who talks about women? Who talk about women's sports more than First Take?
Stephen A., respectfully, with your platform, you could have been doing this 3 years ago if you wanted to.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
All right, we got to go to you guys.
So you can pause it right there. You can pause it right there.
So, but okay. Well, first of all, okay, she's talking all that trash. Could you imagine if it was reverse racist? If that was a white girl,
white supremacy,
to a black rookie, what would have happened?
You see, Vinny here is a comedian, but he's a fucking idiot. All of a sudden, if she was a black girl and she was hit by a white girl, it would be a lot different. It's like as if there was a gang of New York or these gangsters fighting in neighborhoods and alleyways. This is a league, man. She's new and she's famous. She's special. Everybody's hoping she saves the league. Of course, she's going to be jealous on, she's going to get an elbow once in a while here. It's going to take a while to develop. For example, like in the NBA, when they draft a new player, they have to, they have to develop him to be able to compete with what's up, man? Oh, I didn't read that. Love the making tribute. Love them making it about color. That was a grudge shove, not to do with. No, this is sports. It was clearly. For sportsmanship, a flagrant foul. You either get the free throw and they get the ball, they got 3 points. She gets thrown out of the game. The worst thought is that making that money just to be a clown. Exactly, my brother in arms, man. It has nothing to do with color. You have to understand. In the United States, the safest place still is sports. I believe. I'm a sports fan. I watch basketball. I love football. When I put on that TV, and I bring me those snacks, and I close the door, I'm by myself, and I'm watching that game. I'm watching. I know there's no cheating. There's no hanky panky shit going on. It's about professionalism and talent. My team, the Knicks, that they get beat all the time. They don't have the talent or they don't have the players to go to the next level. But what I find is this is a safe place. Sports is the only unmolested thing in our culture right now. Politics is toxic. TV is toxic. News is toxic. The only thing, the last resort we have as American is fucking sports. Leave it alone. So let's continue with this. As they see things, I don't see it. I'm like happy. I'm happy for the WNBA. I never watched a game before. Now all of a sudden I'm watching the Indiana Fever. I want to see how this young lady is good. She did 7 3-pointers yesterday. I never watched the WNBA before. I said, let me watch this, man. 20,000 people attended. That's more than a regular men basketball game. So she's saving the league. She's going to make money for everybody. Everybody's going to get to make money. The average player makes $76,000 in the women's league. That's not even a day's pay for men in the NBA. So if you get shoved around a little bit, you got to toughen up, man. You know how many people got bullied in the schoolyard growing up? You know how we used to get bullied, man, when we were kids? We had to get bullied, man. It's unbelievable. What up, my brother? Stay with me, man. Hang on. I need a friend over here. All right, let's watch the PBDS podcast, break it down through the lenses of color instead of talent.
White supremacy.
Pat McAfee, you know, Pat McAfee yesterday called Cailin a white bitch.
Right.
He said.
Do you have that clip, Rob?
Yeah,
Yeah,
why are you
but-
looking it up? He said.
But it was not. It was in a different context.
Well,
That's the way he talked.
he said what the WNBA currently has is what we like to describe as a cash cow. There's a superstar. He said, and this is what he said. Hold on a second. I would like the media. This rookie class.
Go ahead and play the
Yeah,
clip.
go ahead,
He's
Rob.
got it.
But look at the context.
I don't know. With my eyes,
Clay
I couldn't
Travis
see if she's Caucasian
wasn't too
or
happy about
not.
this.
So I think what we're trying to say is what the WNBA currently has is what we like to describe as a cash cow. There is a superstar. And we're not saying that the players on the court need to act any differently. That's the athletes are going to do what athletes are going to do in any sport. And I think we're all learning that WNBA, that's old school football, baby. That is old school football. But I would like the media people that continue to say, this rookie class, this rookie class, this rookie class. Nah, just call it for what it is. There's one white bitch for the Indiana team who is a superstar. And is it because she stayed in Iowa, put an entire state on her back, took a program from nothing to a multiple year success story? Is it because she would go on to break the entire points records in the history of the NCAA? Not just the women's record by Kelsey Plum, shout out, but also Pistol Pete Maravich's, the dude's record as well. Is there a chance that people just enjoy watching her play basketball because how electrifying she is, what she did, what she stood for, how she went about going, what she went
Making
for?
a very good
Maybe.
argument.
But instead, we have to hear people say that we only like her because she's white. And she's the only popular because the rest of the rookie class is doing what they're doing. Well, that's a bunch of bullshit. And we think the WNBA, more specifically, their refs need to stop trying to screw her over at every single turn. What you have is somebody special.
You can pause it
and
right
we're
there,
lucky.
Rob. She is special. She's electrifying.
Do you remember we were in here, we were talking, Adam, and we were talking about her first game and how it wasn't going to be, I don't know who was it. It might have been you, Adam. I was like, it's not going to be Pat.
I'm going to give you an example. I don't know if you guys follow soccer in England. The Arabs, the Egyptian, they have a player called Mohamed Salah. He's one of the best players in Europe, and he joined Liverpool. And every time somebody will hit him, the whole Arab newspapers, oh, it's unfair. Look at them. Those white people in Europe, they're beating up our Arab brother, man. What's going on? They're not playing fair. It's like our only Cinderella, you know? And these guys better fucking take a deep breath and shut the fuck up. Let the girl play. There's no color. There's no nothing. In professional sport, there's what you're going to do for me. When I watch the Lakers, what LeBron is going to do for me tonight. If LeBron fucks out, what the fuck? He's getting old. You understand? What I need is professionals. I want you to score. I want you to carry the team. Right now, the Indiana Fever are 3-9. They're almost in last place. It's not like the girl is already ahead of her. They lost 9 and won 3. So it's still early. She has to be developed. She's a little girl. Look at her body structure is not fully grown. She need to do some weight, some exercises, takes a lot of vitamins because she's in a tough league. You understand? She's playing with women in their 20s, in their 25, 26. You understand? And when you come out of college football, college basketball, anything, you still have to be developed as a player. But the problem is the white hope mentality of some of these white brothers, man. You look, every time before, Gary Cooney in the 80s, oh, he's going to be the white hope. He's going to be the champion. Oh, he's going to be the white champion. You know, then Mike Tyson come and kill everybody. So the whole idea is I appreciate her. I watch her every day because they have her on TV every day on, I think, TNT.
Act and it's going to keep on going. Did you guys see the audience when she got bumped? That shit is packed. She is making a change.
Record-breaking attendance.
Record-breaking.
Yeah.
And I hate this. Guys, they always go to freaking race because she's white. No, she's nasty. The same thing with Eminem when you...
You just did. You just said because she's white. You're the one who went to race you. Vinny, you idiot. You're the one who's making up my beat. I don't hear anybody. I didn't see it that way.
See people that are like, I'm not going to put him in the top 10. What are you, nuts? Eminem, I don't give a shit about his color. He is nasty lyrically. So you can't, again, with the race situation, it's like, by the way, this girl has pumped life into the WNBA, which nobody was talking about the WNBA just in a joking manner. She has made the WNBA and they hate it. What's the girl, PBD? The number 1 draft of last year. Was it last year?
Angel Reese.
Angel Reese was talking crap about her. She's like, it's not just her. What about me? The most selfish interview. You have that one, Rob? I think I might have sent it to you. I actually did. She's pissed off because they're not. She's like, it's not just about one player. It's about me too. And it's like, wait, time out. Nobody. I haven't even seen it. This is the aftermath.
Started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, like, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like, just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Well, technically, no, because that's BS.
Well, you know what? You got to see the way she walks to Rob. While he's saying his thought, find a clip that I just.
Because think about PPD. You know what she did when the girl got elbowed. Yeah. She's cheering and celebrating. That's why they're going to talk about you. They're talking about the girl, that white bitch that is nasty. They're only talking about. By the way, have you even thought of any WNBA game in the past?
Never.
Especially with this girl.
Watch the way she walks. This may change your mind. Just be patient. Just watch
this one.
Look at this is racism 101. Now I'm not in the race game. I don't easily call people. This is racism 101. I want you to pay attention. This is racism 101. These motherfuckers just turned this shit into a black and white issue. This is a podcast by a guy named Ben David. He's trying to latch himself to right-wing movements. It's all about money at the end of the day. This is racism 101.
What the fuck is going on here, man?
That's right.
That's how I walk when I have high heels when I'm doing sketches as a trans. All right. That's how I walk. I'm just kidding.
He calls that trans. Now, first of all, you gotta understand these are giant women. I mean, they're giants, so they're gonna look different. I mean, I'm 5'10", and they're like 6'6", 6'7". I don't know. I mean, they're gonna look different. So she's walking in high heels. She's playing around with the other girls. And he said, oh, this is how I do when I do bits as a trans vet. Scumbags. Yeah, that's racism, man. They are the racists. Imagine if Cailin Clark, God forbid, she gets injured or is unable to hang with the big girls and she turns out to be a dud. What they going to say? Nobody was watching the WNBA. Nobody, even women did not support their own league. That's why they never made money. I'm not gonna buy tickets to go, not being a chauvinist. I'm not a fan of women's sports. You understand? This is how I made. That's it.
There you go, Governor of Florida.
What are you gonna do, Adam?
Go ahead,
Governor.
Adam.
That was a good one, Tom. Governor of Florida. It's actually funny.
All right.
I've just been.
All right, Adam. I always call him the idiot of the podcast. He's the only one who made sense. I saw a little bit of this.
Biding my time out here, guys. Enjoy the next. Few days of giving a F about the WNBA. I'm going to let you guys in on a dirty little secret. This company, this corporation called the WNBA is not profitable. They don't make money.
Nothing.
They've never made money.
Never.
They're fully subsidized by their daddy, the NBA. The NBA generates $10 billion.
The men league. The men are supporting the women's league. Good, Adam. Say it.
$1 billion a year, and they basically give tzedakah or tithing to the WNBA. They say, all right, you're looking good. And I'm all for girls doing their thing, playing sports, okay. But they don't put what you call at the big event butts in seats. And I get they're just shoving Cailin Clark down people's throats because she's a cash cow. Great, they're gonna market the hell out of this white chick. That's whatever she is. She puts the ball in the hole. But don't get it twisted. Nobody cares about the WNBA. Nobody watches the WNBA. I challenge any one of you to name 5 players who play in the WNBA.
I don't know the 5 teams.
There you go.
I don't even know the team.
What team does Cailin Clark even play for?
What's your point, though, bro? And by
My
the way,
point is, this is all fabricated. This is all bullshit.
Yeah.
I swear to God, this guy just said the whole fucking truth.
The fact that we're even talking about, I respect it. It's a non-story. She's in the greater context of sports, she's a nobody.
You really think?
Enjoy her shine right now.
You don't. But Adam,
this is a non-story.
So you don't think she has literally put life into WNBA? Yeah, we're talking about it right now, but I don't think she's going anywhere. And I think she is going to literally turn this thing around. Not because of the stupid controversial bump, but bro, people are selling. They're selling out to watch this girl play.
Look, people love celebrity, and they love to watch achievement, and they love to see these new personalities. You know, when I was in high school, you know, I ran cross country.
Yes.
You know, I was not a starter on the team. I was not there, but I really appreciated
You gave me linebacker vibes.
I thought so too,
Okay.
Ricky. I thought he's in the locker room bullying people.
Thank you very much. But let me tell you something, what I love. Do you remember Carl Lewis and FloJo?
Yes.
It caused everybody to be interested in track and field. I loved watching track and field on TV. I love watching the relay. I love watching, 1,500 meters. People thought it was boring, but there was personalities of FloJo and Carl Lewis brought audience to it. Men's swimming. Look what Michael Phelps did. We were suddenly interested. Is Michael Phelps going to break another record? Every now and then, you know, these wonderful athletes that are also have these sparkling personalities cause you to be interested in a sport you wouldn't normally be interested in. Why can't we celebrate the achievement of an athlete rather than saying, oh, this is going to come and go, says Adam, because the WNBA, you know, is losing money. It is subsidized by the NBA. It is. It's not really watched by people. It's not. Why not celebrate the fact that there's some lift that's coming here,
Tom,
and you got somebody doing it?
Let me show something before you react to it. Rob, just go to what I just sent you, Rob. Go zoom in real quick. Okay, so check this out. This is major golf TV rating history. Okay,
golf
Masters to the left, PGA, U.S. Open, British.
Yeah, let's go see what happened in 1999.
Let's focus on Masters. Okay, look what numbers you see. 9.5.
So what he's trying to show you, David, here, he's trying to show that when Tiger Woods entered the PGA, the golf, the viewership went up from 8 million to 20 million people. Tiger Woods carried the PGA. Tiger Woods is black. So not all the black people, oh, look at a black guy. Oh, you better leave him alone. You better leave him alone. Oh, he's our guy. Nobody said that. Everybody was happy. He made golf interesting to a new segment of the population. I grew up in the minority neighborhoods, grew up in black neighborhoods. We never watched for golf. Played basketball every day in the schoolyards, baseball all summer in the park. Never mentioned the word golf in my life.
5.6 million. No one's really watching it, right? 10.8, 13 million. Okay, now go all the way down. Tom, we got it, Tom. Glad you're directing here. Go to the first year where he comes in.
2001.
1997. Bingo.
Ho!
20.3 million. It goes up from 12.4 to 20.3 million. What's the point here? One person can change the game, and Tiger.
Is that when Tiger came in?
That's when Tiger came in.
Well, he brought a whole new audience.
He brought a whole new audience.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Cailin Clark is doing. So how many people did he make rich? By the way, if you ask me, pre-1997, how many golfers I knew? The only reason I knew Lee Trevino is because he was the most expensive golf cart. It's the only reason. I've never watched Lee Trevino play.
Yeah.
I had his golf cart, and everybody would brag about it. And he had a few, I'm telling you.
Lee Trevino.
And then he joins. He gets into it. You're like, what is this all about? You had Middle Easterns on the freaking golf course. They don't belong on a golf course.
But they were hanging on the sand.
Yeah.
They were in the sand the whole time.
Spending time on the sand, having like some real nice coffee and stuff. But, well, what's the point? I think what Kate, by the way, I still haven't watched the game. So your point, the fact that I haven't watched it, I haven't watched it. The only thing I'm curious about, which you said when we had the conversation a couple months ago, guys, she's going to make nothing. She's going to make the minimum wage. Great.
She makes $73,000 a year, but her contract with Nike.
But it's going to change. It's going to change because they had more people go to a Los Angeles Sparks game this year than the Lakers. There was more people attending a Sparks game this year than Lakers. Did you hear about this? When you get people butts in seats, pay for people changes, cash flow changes. So you're right. But there's one thing that she does that's duplicatable. Okay, so check this out. To me, it's not just shoots the ball. Who's the most? Who in the last 10 years? Let's not even say 10 years. What year are we? 2024. In the 2010 to 2019, that decade. Okay, who was the most exciting player to watch in the NBA?
And what decade was it?
From 2010-11 till 2020.
LeBron.
Who was the most exciting player?
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe or LeBron?
You know who I would say to me number one?
For 2010?
Exciting?
Steph Curry.
Oh, yeah, Steph Curry.
Let me tell you.
I don't know if you know
Oh, wait,
that.
hold on. Oh, okay, all right. I think we had enough of these assholes. All right, our next story is, let's see if I have a photo here. I want to show you who she is. I really, really admire her as a person, as an intellectual individual. There she goes. This is our sister. See what I wrote? Emancipation. She got fired over the weekend by a show called Rights, and it's done by the Hell newspaper or whatever it is. It's a show. She's like she's like the star of the show they do every morning. But she has a lot of ethic stand. She doesn't see the Palestinian as unhuman, and calls out the massacre and the death and the destruction every time she gets a chance. They didn't like her, so they fired her. They were waiting to get the occasion to fire her, so they said, well, she rolled her eyes. Now we're gonna see some of the interview that she did that they said got her fired. This is, if you don't know who she is, this is Briahna Joy Gray. She's very intelligent, Harvard graduate. I mean, she has everything you can think of, but the haters and the disgusting racists on Twitter call her the DEI Barbie, like because of diversity. She got the no, she earned it. And trust me, I read her life story. Anyway, let's see about the story that got the interview that got her fired, which is the same thing. I'm going to tell you something. Everything is plausible. You can say anything you want against America, against Arabs, against blacks, against Hispanics, against Chinese. But the golden goose is you cannot say anything that is critical of Israel. You can't say that. If you say that, you lose your job. Some of the billionaires, the CEOs have said they have face recognition technology of people who protested for the Palestinian in Gaza, so they won't hire them when they graduate. This is unbelievable shit. These motherfuckers are not embarrassed no more. They let the cat out of the bag. The golden goose is Israel, and I don't know, man. I just don't. Okay, let's watch this. Okay, this is the interview. I haven't watched all of it. Okay,
But they have the worst.
Let me give you something ahead of time. And on October 7th, when the Hamas did whatever they did, I condemn. I don't condemn the attack. I condemn the killing of innocent people, of innocent Israeli women and children, whoever was killed that day. That's not acceptable in any army, in any war. But their targeting of military targets, Godspeed. I don't condemn that part. And fuck it, I don't condemn that. But as you know, historically, what do you do if you want to demonize a person? You are a pedophile. Pedophile. If you call him that, that's the worst thing you could call a person. He's a rapist. Oh shit. How do you come back from that, even if you're innocent? So what they did is they created this narrative that the Palestinians, while they were fighting and getting with the Palestinian army, with the Israeli army, is that they raped about 400 women. Some of them say they shot the vagina of 400 women. These motherfuckers are disgusting. They call it a Hasbra. So that they wrote about it. They sexualized the October 7th to use it as a weapon, as if these brown men who came into Israel raped these beautiful Jewish women, and they are rapists, they are criminals. Like the same tactic that was used against black during Jim Crow. What was it? It was always about gotta save those white women from those savages, and they lynched a couple of black people for no reason. The problem for the Israeli is every story they came up for October 7 was debunked immediately by Israelis themselves. First, they said the 40 beheaded babies and the lion zombie. Biden said he saw photos and he had to walk it back. There was no beheaded babies. One baby died. Then they came out with a baby in the oven. There was no baby in an oven. You mean that the Palestinian resisted, went into Israel, took a baby and found an oven and cooked him? What the fuck is the purpose for that? It doesn't make sense. It's just they lie so bad that even if the Israelis come and say the truth once in a while, nobody believes it no more. They're fucking liars, man. They are the biggest liars in the world. Then they had this scenario where the woman was pregnant. They opened her stomach and took the baby out and killed it. I'm going to tell you, everything they say, they have done it historically, and they did it during the Gaza war. The stabbing of pregnant women happened in a massacre called Dar Yassin in the 1948 war. You can look at it. They killed women pregnant to scare them to leave the land. The beheaded babies happened when they bombed those tents and they saw that Palestinian baby was beheaded. God is showing who is evil. God in his way is saying these people are evil. So they came up with this narrative that the Palestinian mass raped Israeli women and they committed sexual assault. The New York Times did a big article. I don't know, what is it? Something about silence. Then it turned out the writer was part of the IDF's intelligence services. Then they debunked the story and they had to take it down. A lot of newspapers have, it's a lie. Nobody got raped on October 7th. Okay? Nobody got raped. Now, in the interview is every opportunity, if you saw Piers Morgan the other day, if you saw my show, they will come and try to tell all these lies, and they're so big that even the pro-Israeli anchor cannot believe it. He has to push back. It's too big. All right, let's see what happened. This is in the interview. I haven't seen it yet. I only took part of it because it's too long. I don't want to stay here all day.
It really happened on October 7th. I don't know if you know Zaka organization, but they have the worst pictures of what Hamas has done to the women.
Wait, I'm going to tell you. Zaka is this organization that picks up dead bodies. They lied so much. It was unbelievable. They did it to fund. They made $50 million out of this lie. Just listen.
During the October 7th attack.
Yeah,
And
unfortunately,
I can't-
we are very familiar with Zaka, but regrettably, the reporting has been roundly discredited by both Israeli and American media sources. So I really would like to bring this back to your sister specifically. And I want to ask you
hold
about
on.
what you make of new reports.
What Briahna is trying to say is, what you're saying is fucking lie. Everybody has debunked it. Even the Israeli newspaper has said it was a lie. And you're just repeating a fucking propaganda lie. Let's go back to the important thing that your sister is a hostage. That's what you're here for. You're not here to fucking say bad Hasbro, okay?
Because I saw the pictures with my own eyes. And
Yeah, your
when
own eyes.
you will have a sister in a terror organization's hands, you will know the feeling of terrifying every minute of every day, can't sleep at night, can't even drink a sip of water because I know that my sister is drinking salt water from the sea, that she's not getting food and the terrorist is eating in front of her face.
Yeah, Yardin, I really hope your sister does get water and food, and I hope that, I'm sure you're aware of the ample reporting of Israel.
You heard what she said, that my sister is a hostage. This is the ultimate. The Jews are the ultimate victims. They are the only victims. They always are the victims. She's saying that her sister is drinking salt water because there's no water. Now you ask the question, why is that happening? Well, because the government of Israel is refusing. Everybody's drinking salt water. That's not their fault. It is your government that's preventing food and water to go into the Gaza.
Israel blocking aid, food and water to Gaza in a way that is hurting both the people of Gaza and the hostages, right?
Most of the trucks are getting inside Gaza. I don't know if you saw, but Hamas is blocking them from them civilians. They're not giving their own civilians the humanitarian aid that everyone is so eager to give them. And I'm not against that. I'm a nurse in my profession. I really, truly believe that everyone
lady,
believes in safety, in health. This is one.
This lady's whole shtick was to come to tell a lot of lies. Now, usually if you had a Zionist anchor, they say, oh, yeah, that happened. Everything she's saying is a lie. The food is being prevented by Israeli settlers. They actually attacked the trucks, took the food and burned it and threw it away. Israel is using food and water, electricity as a weapon to punish the civilian power. Everybody knows this. And this fucking idiot here is going to come, my sister drinking short water. Yeah, everybody's thinking it's all because your government is doing it. Let me, I was not paying attention. Hold on. I hope I'm not on mute. Okay. Okay, let's listen to this again.
In health, this is one of the biggest crises that we ever experienced here. But I'm really feeling that everyone is taking care of the Gaza.
So her sister is kidnapped. That's one of the biggest crises they ever faced. But 50,000 people, women and children who have been killed, that's not a crisis. You don't get the right to grieve. You're not a victim. You Palestinians are worthless. You've been cockroaches for the last 76 years. We can't get rid of you. Die, Palestinians, die. Fucking evil people, man. Look at this. She came in here. My sister, she can't drink salt water. She can't eat. Yeah, because your government stopped the water from going in. And your government is stopping all the food. It's not Hamas preventing the people from eating. Imagine that they prevented their own people from eating.
Civilians, like they should. But what about the hostages?
Let's talk about how to get the hostages home. I agree.
Please let me finish. Why aren't the Red Cross is entering the hostages? Why aren't they giving them medications? My sister have a lot of chronic diseases. Why?
They already have medication. As a matter of fact, they had a deal a month ago where Qatar took I don't know how many tons of medication that Israel allowed. Because Israel is not allowing the medication to go in. Everything she has a grievance against is her government. They're not letting the water in, so her sister's supposedly drinking salt water. I don't know how she can survive. There's not enough food because they're not letting food go in. There's not a lot of medication because they won't let medications go in. It is all the Israeli government. And by the way, it's a lie. They just took, I don't know how many tons of medication they did in the deal. Remember when they were switching the hostages? And they got medication in, and they got medication for the Israeli hostages. As a matter of fact, this morning, when they rescued those 4 hostages and killed 210 Palestinians, they look healthy to me. They were eating good because it is not in their interest to kill them. Their interest is to exchange them for Palestinian prisoners. This is the whole fucking shtick. But when she comes in here looking all battered and all emotional, she's acting. She's a fucking actor.
And she getting anything, and we know that they didn't got anything. Why aren't they getting what they deserve?
The Times just reported this morning that Biden said, quote, there's every reason for people to draw the conclusion that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is prolonging the war for his own political self-preservation.
Thank you.
This is after Biden's speech at the end of last week was met with statements from Israeli government officials saying that there wasn't an agreement about this hostage deal on the part of Israel and that there was a gap between what Biden represented and what they would agree to. And after months of Netanyahu and members of his administration saying that the goal was to eliminate Hamas and that he would not agree to.
Joe Biden, who's a zombie, has said the person who's prolonging the hostages captivity and the violence in Gaza is Netanyahu and the Israeli right-wing government. But the problem with Biden, he'll say something today and he'll forget tomorrow, and his cabinet will not remind him on purpose because they don't want him to do the right policy. A fucking zombie.
A ceasefire and hostage exchange deal into that happened. Now, this seems to be Joe Biden saying again that what is obstructing the ceasefire process that could allow your sister to come home and get the food and get the medicine and get the care that she needs and to live in safety is being obstructed by Benjamin Netanyahu. Do you feel like he's putting his own personal political goals ahead?
You see, every lie that she said, Briahna has came back. It's not the Palestinian, it's the Israeli side who's doing this. So every propagandist bullshit she came to say has been answered by someone who's not going to let her get away with it. If she was on CNN with that ugly hoe, Dana Dash, yeah. Oh my gosh, those Palestinians. They're letting her drink salt water while they're drinking salt water too. It's unbelievable. This is what it is.
Of prioritizing hostage release?
I really see that you want to talk political things, and this is not my profession.
Yeah, but your
I'm saying
profession
right
is to
now
lie.
that we have an Israeli deal on the table, and we're waiting for Hamas to say yes.
Unfortunately, that
We have
doesn't
a
seem
lot
to
of
be the case. I wish that it were, but unfortunately, that does not seem to be the case. Would you like to say anything else
This is
that
exactly
we should know
the
about
case that even Biden said himself. This is what the Egyptian government said. This is what the Qatari said just today. And this is what
it's
my
not.
government said.
No, it's
Hamas
not.
also said that they're waiting, they need to
You're
read the agreement and
lying.
to
Liar,
decide
pencil fire.
whatever they
Liar,
want.
pencil
I don't
fire.
know, because what I'm getting is from the media, and I'm sure that you're getting it from the media itself yourself, because you're not in the negotiation team. So
after getting defeated in a conversation, she's pushing back. Oh, Briahna, you don't know shit. I'm getting this stuff from the media. You're probably getting it too. So you don't know what you're talking about, Briahna. You understand? When she can get away with the lies no more, now she has become aggressive. You know, Mahdi Hassan, that's how he lost his job in SNBC, because he had an Israeli spokesperson, and he fucking dismantled him. 3 weeks later, he lost his 2 shows in MSNBC.
Here to talk about my sister. Please help me spread her story. Help me make people understand what she's going through as a woman in 2024.
Wow.
We are not 200 years ago. This is not okay that we have terror organization that's controlling the free world, and people in the West letting it happen and stay on the streets, killing the hostages now, or Israelis must die. What did I do wrong? What did my sister did wrong?
Yeah,
nothing.
my sister.
Nothing. We did nothing wrong.
Well,
this was happening inside our own country. Yeah. And if the world won't help us, we will see 9/11 the second time in the US as well. But we can already see in the United States, in Michigan, rallies that's calling death to America, not condemning terror organizations in Israel or any other.
Okay, now, if you're still with me, you see, she's a piece of shit. She didn't come here to talk about her sister. Now when she could not, all the lies he told from Israel and Briahna debunked them. I will debunk them. Now she jumps to Michigan, Dearborn, Michigan, with the Arab Palestinian. Some fucking idiots one day got in a fucking Dutch to America, Dutch to America. They don't represent nobody, okay? So if you're here as a person who's grieving, why are you getting involved in domestic politics? You're trying to score points. You did not come on the show to tell your story or your sadness of your sister being hostage. I agree with you. Your sister should have never been taken hostage. As a Muslim, as an Arab man, I don't think women and children should ever be taken hostage. Never, ever. Or be hurt or be violated in any way or any shape. You understand? It goes against Islamic law, against Arab culture. It goes against everything. And I condemn Hamas for doing that. Okay? But for you to come in here and tell all these fucking lies, and every time Briahna debunks your lie, you know why she got fired after this show? Briahna got fired because she didn't let this fucking lady lie. You know, if we don't let you lie, we are the Jewish The Jew is the ultimate victim. He's always the victim. He'll beat the daylight out. I'm the victim. He made me beat. He did it. He made me beat him up. That's what he did. You understand? This is a fucking. They've been conditioned since the Holocaust. You have to. You're not the victim. You are the victimizer. You got nuclear weapons. You're beating up on the defenseless people for 76 years. You're stealing their homes, their cemeteries, their mosques, their schools, their universities. You're doing everything, man. It's almost like a virus that came from Europe to the Middle East.
Place, in fact, is reflecting to your country as well.
I'm just going to push back against the implication that in Michigan, which has the largest Muslim and Arab population in America, that there is any threat of terrorism from our own people. And I would like to clarify also that one of the rationale that was presented for 9/11 was discussed with America's support of Israel's continued occupation of Palestine. So that's neither here nor there. I really do hope that Netanyahu agrees and Israel agrees to the ceasefire deal that could bring all the hostages, including your sister, home. And I'm sure many people watching are praying for her.
You know, she got fired, right? Now they got this idiot Bobby. You know, you could tell a person is a fucking weakling. He got the glasses, the right look, the right haircut. You hear his voice. He has his hormones have not come. You know how when you get older, your voice become deep. Robbie, your show is fucked up. They fired her. She was the attraction. Now you can say
her safety.
Thank you. Me too. And I really hope that you specifically will believe women when they say that they got hurt.
All right. Thanks for joining.
She's trying to throw that sexual shit on as a last moment before she goes. The only thing that Briahna did that she rolled her eyes. I will fucking roll my head like this after she goes. She's a liar.
Joining. Stick around. More Rising coming up next.
Yeah, she's like, get the fuck out of here.
Thank you.
Yeah, go. And that's why she got fired and she lost her job. Briahna, we love you. We appreciate you. You know who lost? I'm going to tell you who lost. You want to know who lost? Verizon lost, not you. You're a superstar. You're going to do it on your own. You don't need them. They needed you. The problem with our journalism is that there's no pushback. You ever watch, even when a Democrat, a Republican goes on TV, there's no pushback because they're afraid if they do pushback, they're not going to come back for another interview in the future because they need the content. It is what it is. You got to call it what it is, man. It's unbelievable. It's bullshit. That's why my advice to you, don't watch mass media. The Washington Post, which I do have a subscription for, I think it's $11.99 a month, is losing $200,000 a day. They're losing money because they're not telling the people the news. The New York Times had these directives. You cannot use the word Palestine, massacre, genocide. You cannot use anything that will make the Palestinians seem human. Anyway, God bless you, Briahna. Wish you Godspeed. I hope you have a nice podcast. It's called Good Faith. If you guys want to support her, it will be a good thing to do because you need independent. That's why I tell everybody. Don't watch the news. I get my news from X and YouTube. I watch all these shows. I'm April. I got a brain to make what's true, what's a lie, what's propaganda, who's a grifter. I can tell that shit because I don't have that idea of confirmation. Like, I don't need somebody to confirm my beliefs. Like, I'll watch the Majority Report of the Young Turks. I'm like, yeah. No, if it doesn't sound kosher, it's not kosher. You understand? Now our last person of the day is Clarence Thomas. You dirty dog, you. Clarence Thomas, you dirty dog. Clarence Thomas, that is him. You see him? Clarence Thomas was a controversial nominee to be in the Supreme Court in the 80s, I think. And believe it or not, the reason he's in the court is because Joe Biden, because he was the head of the Senate, jury, so they approved him. He would never have been a judge if zombie Joe Biden didn't let him be. He was accused of sexual assault. It was nasty, his nomination. Now, he replaced the seat of Thurgood Marshall. The person who Brown against the Board of Education, one of the greatest civil rights fighters in America, one of the most elite black men who fought for civil rights for everybody. Now, the shtick here is he's supposed to be conservative. He's always condemning black people as freeloaders. Those black people are free fucking loaders. He's always saying that blacks should pick up themselves by the strip raps. Why do blacks need DI? Why do blacks need affirmative action? I could agree with some of the stuff that like DEI. I don't think you need that shit. I think black people are intellectually smart now. They are, because I came out wrong. What I'm saying is that there's a lot of educated black that they don't need any program to prove their worthy or their skills. You understand? But my problem with this garbage piece of stick here is he's been coming down on black. He's the harshest. He's the one who overturned the abortion, which I really don't care. And he also said that gay marriage should be looked at, and everything under the 14th Amendment should be thrown out. You know what? Interracial marriage is under the 14th Amendment. So if they throw out that this piece of shit, he will lose his wife. He has this fat, ugly wife from who's the alpha male in the relationship. I mean, I think she's fucking the whole white establishment. I mean, he's just there like a fucking pet. So this is what happened in the story. It's not a long study, but I want you to see that he's been the one who's been looking for a handout. He's the one who's been begging other people to give him money. He's the one who's been living in donations and contribution, illegal shit. He is the fakest motherfucker out there. Go.
Closing a controversial 2019 trip to Bali. First time is officially disclosing a controversial 2019 trip to Bali with billionaire Harlan Crow. The acknowledgement out today in Thomas's annual financial disclosure report. It comes after a report last year from ProPublica that detailed his secret lavish vacations paid for by the top Republican donor, who's a longtime friend of the justice. Thomas is also disclosing another trip that same year to California with Crow, though the report only includes.
This guy Crow is made Thomas's bitch. He has given him over $4 million worth of stuff in the last 20 or 30 years.
Lodging expenses, not travel costs. ProPublica reported Thomas had flown on Crow's private jet, a stark contrast to the more modest image the conservative justice has projected.
I prefer the Walmart parking lots to the beaches and things like that.
Guess what? The RV, he got it free too. Everything he owns, he got. Even the guy even bought his grandmother's house and let his grandmother live in there rent free. This is how disgusting it is. This is part of the United States Supreme Court. It's unbelievable.
There's something normal to me about it.
At the time, Thomas said the trips were a form of personal hospitality that justices did not have to report.
Yeah.
Now, his disclosure report said the two trips had been inadvertently omitted from his 2019 report. As for his colleagues, Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson reported receiving a $900,000 book advance, plus 4 concert tickets worth $3,700 from pop superstar Beyonce. And Justice Sonia Sotomayor disclosed $86,000 in book royalties.
The Supreme Court adopted a new code of conduct last year, although critics say there's no way to enforce it.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on.
So you see what's going on here, guys, ladies and gentlemen, is, listen to me, please. Our political establishment is corrupt. The United States right now, I think it is the most corrupt moment in our history. AIPAC owns everybody in fucking Congress, lobbyists, gun lobbyists, everybody, they all taking money left, right. Everybody's out there for themselves, and they're not out there for America or the American people. Imagine they have passed almost 13 laws, pro-Israeli laws, in the last 6 months, and then I have been able to pass to close the border or something for America. Why would you pass law for Israel, a foreign country, and not pass law to help United States? You understand what's going on here? The Democratic Party is corrupt. The Republican Party is corrupt. The presidency is corrupt. Joe Biden is corrupt. Donald J. Trump is fucking corrupt. They're all corrupt. Personally, me, I'm a political person, and I have this intuition sometimes, I could think something before it happens. Really, I swear to God. I think it's 2017 or 2016 when Donald Trump, all those scandals and those bullshit, Russia. I was saying to myself, when I speak to my kids at house, we talk, politics is, and I say, we still got the Supreme Court is still healthy and good. So the two branches of government that have been corrupt, fuck them. But we still have the third branch, which is let's hope they stay not corruptible for the sake of America. Guess what? They're all corrupt. You saw this guy, he's taking money from everybody. The guy, what's his name? Alito? He's a fucking Nazi. I mean, it's a shame what they're doing to America. And we have this beautiful nation, and we should be able to. There's one more video I want to see before I go. I hope I find it because I'm such an idiot. I can't see that good. No, I got to see we got to go through the headlines. I always say, well, Omar, you got to do the headlines, right? So let me look at this video. If I can, forgive me if you can't. Grand control to Major Tom. Take your pill, your protein pill. You ever hear that song? That's a nice song if you want to. All right, I'm looking for this video that's very, very important. I hope I find it. No, that's not it. That's not it. Well, I guess it's not here. Let me see. Is this it? Reviewing leftists. You're going to kill. No, it's not. All right, let me just look at my other folders. After that, I'm not going to look for it no more. I'm just going to go through the headlines. Then we're going to go. It's about Byron Donalds. He's a black congressman from Florida who's supposed to be the Republican or who's supposed to be on the short list for vice president for Donald Trump. But he was talking to people here, I think, in Philadelphia, and he was saying a lot of stupid shit, unnecessary. He was saying stuff he don't say. I don't know what the hell he's thinking. Let's see where we are. We are. Once upon a time, there was love in my life. Now it's only love in the dark. There's nothing I can say. There's nothing I can do. It's totally what? Clips of the heart. Let me see if I find it. I hope I find this. Please, God, let me find it. If I don't find it, forget, guys, I'll put it on next time. You want me to sing that song again? Once upon a time, there was love in my life. There was love in my life. Now it's only love in the dark. There's nothing I can say. There's nothing I can do. I can't find it. Let's see. This is it? No, I don't think this is it. Let's see.
Last month I stood on the...
Shut up, guys. All right, that's not it. I can't find it. I wish I could find it. God, let me try one more time because it's so fucking crazy. It's so interesting. You put a lot of stuff, and there's so many videos that you put on that you're going to do, and then you eventually don't get to. You understand? All right. There you go. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. Mike Pompeo dancing in Israel. No, that's not it. All right, guys, I can't find it, man. Let's just go through the headlines and we call it a day. What do you think, huh? I think is there an NBA game on tonight? What time is it? Oh, it's 8:09. All right, cuz let's go through the headlines and everything's gonna be all right. Couldn't find. Well, the video is with I think his name is Byron Donalds. He's a black guy. He's an African American or black American. I don't know what's the title is these days. Well, he was talking about how life was good under Jim Crow because the black family was together under Jim Crow. And they stayed married. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What does Jim Crow has to do with blacks being conservative in the 1930s? America was conservative, not just blacks in the 1920s and 30s or 1910s. Everybody was conservative. If you look at beaches, you have white women in beaches with full dress and scarves on. So the whole idea is, he said that life, I don't know if he missed. Now, the problem with him, his wife is white. Now, let's say if Jim Crow, he would never have been able to stay married to a white woman, you understand? So, you know, sometimes people say they're crazy as shit, man. The whole idea, I can understand. One time I told that to a friend. He got mad. I said, you know, whites were more successful when they were oppressed. He goes, what the fuck are you talking about, Omar? What you trying to say? I said, listen, you're not listening to me. I said, usually people who feel that they are oppressed or feel that the system is against them, they usually strive in education and they try to do better. I give you, for example, the Palestinians, the Gaza per capita is the highest people with PhDs in the world. The Palestinians are very educated. They had 12 universities in a 350 square mile area. That's why Israel destroyed all the universities, because they want to dumb them down. This is why Israel has not been successful in erasing the Palestinian. Even the United States, they're very rich Palestinian. They're very successful. If you go to the Midwest and the South, they own all these supermarkets, gas stations, big companies, very, very rich, because they're educated. So what I'm saying is that usually people, when they feel the oppression of another group, they strive to do better. That's what I meant. Maybe that's what he meant to say. I don't know. Let's look. You know, I've been talking a lot, right? Let me look at the headlines. What time is it? I don't know if there's a game. Let me see if I should hurry this up. Because forget the Mavericks got fucked up the other day. What the hell they were doing? They didn't show up. I told Mark Cuban, you better call these guys, man. Let me see if there's a game on. See, this is what a fan is. Remember I spoke to you about the WNBA? Yeah, no, there's no game today. When I told you that women are not supporting their own league, that's why they're not making money. Anyway, let's look at the headlines. We're going to go straightly, just fast. Okay, ready? Share. Lovely love. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, here you go. All right. Hey, these are the headlines. All right. I got to get out of the way. Yeah, you can see them all. We're just going to go through them, right? We're going to go fast through them. Be patient with me, guys. I love you all. I love you for being part of this channel. I thank you for your support, and I thank you for viewing. You know, I make $1 a day, so I'm cool. U.S., this is today's operation. Huh? Let me make it bigger. The United States this morning had a hand in the massacre of almost 250 Palestinians, and U.S. involved in Israel's operation in Nusayrat that killed over 200 Palestinians. Let's see if I can see this. I wish they had sound. You know, I love these newspapers that have sound. Okay. Is that it? The Israeli military had U.S. support in rescuing 4 captured from Gaza in a complex daytime operation in Nusayrat that killed over 200 Palestinians. So they rescued 4 and they killed 200. God bless the United States of America. God bless you. Okay. All right, where am I? Huh? All right, let's go to the next. Is that it? Let me see. Oh, come on, Sal. Okay, let's go back. Go back. Okay, I'm just going to read the headline, right? Israel dropped U.S. bomb on U.S. school in Gaza. They threw bombs, not just bomb. Gaza pier repairs will cost U.S. military at least $222 million. A matter of fact, the The Gaza pier was used today in the attack on the Nusrat refugee camp that killed them. 9 out of 10 children in Gaza lack food for growth. And that fucking lady's complaining, my sister drinking salt water. Biden celebrates Russia's troops. Biden celebrates Russian troop death for D-Day. All right. White House announces $225 million arms package for Ukraine. I think that war is going to lead to a bigger war. I hope they fucking come to a conclusion to negotiate peace, because fucking Ukraine is losing this country. U.S. test fires 2 unarmed Minuteman III nuclear ICBM. This is fucking are you guys reading this shit? Huh? They talk about nuclear weapons, man. Yeah, yo, Joe Biden got to get it. And you don't need Trump either. I think Trump would be better for the country. I don't know what's going on. Why are you testing nuclear missiles? Trump complains about Israel losing influence. Trump is a hypocrite. He's a liar. I wish he would. If he wasn't a Zionist hoe, I will vote for him. I will support him 100%. Netanyahu addresses Congress set for July 24. He's going to come here and tell every lie he can. They're going to get up and clap like seals. He's going to say, come on, hoes, get up. Inside the base where Israel has detained thousands of Gazans, there's a concentration camp of Palestinians. They tied them up so bad that they lose blood flow to their legs. They have amputated legs, arms, hands. I'm dead serious. Anyway, I'm getting tired, man. All right, if you're still with me, what's that, late night? Thank you for coming, man. You're the greatest. You're the best. Okay. Okay, let me just break. He's still here? I don't know if he's still here, man. Can't get rid of this, man. Hold on. Okay, I could do this, right? Goodbye. All right, everybody, man. We had a good show today. We enjoyed it. We put together a lot of stuff. I didn't think it was going to go this good because, you know, I'm not that fucking... not that good at stuff like this. You know, before I go...
But we need to talk about TikTok. TikTok, if you will, it is the 24/7 news channel of so many of our young people, and it's like Al Jazeera on steroids, amplifying and intensifying the anti-Semitism and the anti-Zionism with no repercussion. But
these are the economic terrorists in the United States, the ADL and all these APEC. These are the organizations that put fear in TikTok and Facebook and Twitter. These people think they are the ultimate victim, that everything should bow to them, and this is what's going on. It's not working. Their lies are not working. The people have awakened to this stuff. The United States should be America's first. We should deal with homelessness, with people with the opiate crisis. 225 people die a day in rural America and cities from opiate crisis. We need to take care of Americans first, the homeless, everybody, man. The veterans. 6,000 American veterans kill themselves every year. Why don't we help them? Instead of giving $26 billion to Israel, why don't we give $26 billion and invest it in the American horror show that we have going on in here in this country? You know, man, we need to talk, man. We need to talk truth to power. You understand? I love you all. God bless you. Can I get a free Palestine? Free Palestine from the river to the sea. Free Palestine from the river to the sea. Yeah.